All right. The first game to talk about it, the Jets. This is a team that does the exact opposite of what you want all the freaking time. This is a game that you probably want to lose if you're the Jets. Unfortunately, they've now decided to play football after trading away their two best players and having, I think they were tied for third. I think there's three teams with only one win last week, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
hmm
Three teams that were tied. They now have won a game, and it's moving them out of that number one pick contention tier because they have just got their second win. Not a win that I expected, but Dylan Gabriel is not very good. Time to see what Shadur does. Actually, I'll save that. The Jets. It was a good win for a team that you kind of want to see like a little bit of a spark. At least last week you wanted to. Brees surprisingly held up against that Browns defense. That's not a running back I expected to go wild, especially because he's had a pretty. He played well 2 weeks ago, and then he played well last week. Last week as in the Browns game, but I still didn't expect him to have as good of a game as he had against the Browns. They needed it with Garrett Wilson also being injured, and they're going to need it for the next few weeks now. But yeah, at this point, they're still one of the bottom teams in the league. I guess I can move them above the Saints and above the Titans for now. Actually, I'll talk about the Saints now also because the Saints also got a victory last week, beating the Panthers. I think it's a little bit different for the Saints because that's a division game, and you always want to win your division games because it could ruin like the chances of that team making the playoffs. Shuck outdueled Bryce Young. W. Juwan Johnson had a really good game. Olave before he went down with another, I think, was it another concussion? Or was it just an injury? Yeah. Either way, tough for Olave. Hasn't been able to stay healthy. But a nice win all around by the Saints team. The defense, I guess most teams haven't had too big of an issue shutting down the Panthers team. But they slowed down Dowdle, which is good. And then the Titans. I don't even remember. Did the Titans have bye last week?
Yep.
Yeah, Titans had bye. Yeah, W Titans. They didn't lose. All right. What do you got for the Bears?
The Bears, baby. Another great win. Another great victory Monday, Tuesday for the boys. Yeah, we should have lost that game. If Dart doesn't go down, I'm pretty sure we're losing that game. Dart going down just... you could feel the momentum. You got Russ Wilson coming in. Yikes. Caleb, fourth quarter king. Just one of the most clutch quarterbacks in the NFL. Debate with a wall. Also the most elusive quarterback in the NFL. Like, watch it. If people actually watch him, like, I don't know how he gets sacked. Well, I do know how sometimes, but like, it's so hard to bring him down. It really is. Slow start. Definitely didn't like to see that. A lot of drops that game. 6 official, and then you could probably tack on 1 or 2 more. It was really bad games. Zacchaeus looked fucking terrible. Burden looked good when he got chances. I hope he starts getting snaps that Zacchaeus gets. But yeah. Swift. I couldn't tell. I feel like it should have been a more split backfield. I'm pretty sure Monungai only had like 5 carries, if that. I don't know. But, I mean, Swift didn't look bad. Monungai did get a touchdown, but I thought it'd be more split, more even. And then, yeah, I mean, we got the dub coming into the meat of our schedule now. Should be interesting. They're going to stay there, though, until next week. If we come out next week, we'll be good. We'll be moving on up. Dolphins, this team, man, I don't fucking know, man. Like, are we firing everybody? Are we not firing everybody? Are we good? Are we bad? I think this game speaks more on the Bills, but we're not to them yet. Tua had a terrible interception too to start the game, and gave the Bills the ball instantly, and the Bills didn't do anything with it, I guess. They held the Bills to 0 in that first half. Allen looked bad. Bills defense or Miami defense looked good. I don't know. They were causing fumbles. I'm pretty sure Cook and Allen had a fumble. So that Miami defense was creating turnovers, and then they just relied on A-Chain. So, A-Chain's going to get it done. And Waddle had that nice touchdown. Just feed A-Chain. Don't put too much pressure on Tua. Maybe they can win games, I guess. Uh, I think I am gonna move them up one because I don't think they're fighting with these three bad boys down here. But yeah, I don't know. That team's so weird. The Titans bye week, only one team win in the league. They didn't play. Go Titans.
W.
Saints. Good divisional W. Tyler Shough looked good. He looked good this game. Did not look good last week. We'll stand on that. Kamara, decent game on the ground too. Like you said, Olave played well and then got injured. But once again, like the Dolphins game, I think it speaks more on the other team. But yeah, I'm not sure. They made Bryce look like dog shit, which Bryce is dog shit. And it was just one of those ugly division games.
Yep.
Just one of those. Like you said, you never know.
Oh no. Is that me or him?
Oh.
I think my Discord crashed.
Yeah. I know you good.
Oops, that's not
yeah, they're gonna stay down here. What the heck?
The frick is this thing?
Are we okay?
What is this?
What is that black box on your screen?
What is this?
Is that your Discord?
Yeah, what the heck?
Are we cooked?
Hold on, let me restart Discord quick 1 second.
Yeah.
Discord's struggling a little bit. Rip the Jags, Pete. Alright, let's try it now. There we go.
We go again. You have
yeah.
Black screen on your stream.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Good?
I am good.
All right. Yeah, Saints staying here, though. Good
win.
Bad win. I mean, they're all fighting for the #1 pick, so I don't really think their team wants them winning. But it is good to see Shough play well, if that's who they're going to go with in the future.
And this is a bad QB draft, right? This
it was getting hyped up. It was getting hyped up at the start
because of Arch.
Boy,
right?
is it ass!
And Arch is just an ass because of Arch.
Arch, Nussmeier, Mendoza throughout the year. I mean, Mendoza's probably looked like the best out of all of them now. I'm pretty sure.
So for a team like
the
Saints and the Jets, they kind of want maybe like Justin Fields and Shough to look good, so they can maybe draft like a lineman or something. I feel like a lot of the times these bad QB drafts turn into really good lineman drafts, whether it's D or O lineman. So I think that.
And there's a lot of just good players, defensive players too.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure.
Which the Saints.
I can't speak on college as much, but
Saints might need.
Saints do need it. I don't think their line's really not that bad. They have drafted.
No, their line's
too.
okay. Their line's okay. That defense though could use some picks.
Oh, Arch does have another year.
Oh, it's not even Arch
Saints
yet?
said A. Saints said A.
Hey, Shough, you got 2 years. Good luck, buddy.
We'll be coming for you. Jets, I mean, let's see what the notes have here. Flip through this bad boy. Hey, the Jets held Myles Garrett to 1 sack. Uno. They might have their tackles of the future.
Yeah, I like those Jets tackles. I didn't even notice that.
Their line looks good. Justin Fields looks bad. Field style still not looking great. Let's just say that.
I believe.
Will McDonald 4 sacks. Fucking dog. That guy actually had a day. Yeah, Jets won an ugly one. I'm pretty sure they had the ball back. What does it say? Jumped on. Yeah, they had the ball back. I believe it was 4th down, and they got them to jump off sides on last possession, and they just kneeled after.
Jeez.
So, yeah, not great by the Browns there, but Breece Hall, fine day, good day. Oh, let him in receiving yards. Breece Hall, great day. Interested to see what Adonai does in that offense. See if he can maybe find a new home and start playing well. But like you said, still waiting for Garrett to get healthy. Relying on Breece Hall a lot, and their defense actually came to play. I mean, was it mainly Will? Yeah, but Maybe a little kick in the ass after that trade deadline last week.
Was it the Jets defense came to play, or was that Browns offense the worst offense in the
Browns
league? I don't
offense
know.
isn't great. Dylan Gabriel didn't have a bad day, but obviously he didn't have a great day either. I still think it's we need Shedeur out there. We just gotta see what we have. We have to see what we have. That's all it is. So yeah, Jets, good dub. You're staying down here though. Sorry to say. Like they don't give me, I wouldn't say hope's the word, but like I could see Miami winning a couple more just because they're Miami. I don't know about
Waddle, A-Chain, I think, are enough.
Yeah, they also just have the star power in positions. Bad teams, Commanders. Huh. I prayed for times like these. Prayed for them. This team might be number 1 pick contention. I'll say it. They might be number 1 pick contention. I think. Nah, they wouldn't sit JD5 for the rest of the year, but like, there is really nothing left to play for. This team's done for the year. Yeah, division is. You're not beating out the Eagles, and I don't think you're making a wild card with the way the West and the North are. Did you see the Deron Payne punch?
I did.
In Washington.
He swung at the helmet, man. What is wrong with him? Like, just
yeah,
like
that
hit
was
the tummy or something.
Yeah, bad day. Pretty sure they just like garbage time points.
Yeah, they were.
So
stomp.
I mean Mariota like tried to do his thing, but you know, he had a fine day. JCM is the biggest fraud. If I could put JCM in frauds, he'd be in frauds. Woo! Tough. They better be looking for a running back next year.
Agreed.
Who would have thought they'd be missing Eckler this much?
Good thing they traded B-Rob.
I didn't notice this, but now that I'm looking at it, why did Treylon Burks lead them in receptions? In yards?
Wait, he's on the Commanders?
Treylon Burks, yep.
I didn't even know he was in Washington.
Oh, man. Oh, that's funny. Hey, good for him. Yeah, this team just got ran through, though. We all saw it coming. We all knew. Bobby cooked my parlay, too, so unlucky.
That has nothing to do with this one.
Yeah, it does. Well, like, after I saw this game, I was like, yep, and I got cooked by someone, didn't I? They're staying bad, though. Bad team. Raiders, I don't even want to talk about this Thursday night game. I didn't watch it, God bless, but I think I get the gist after watching the Monday night game. Just a replica, basically, probably. Yeah, this Raiders team is fucking terrible.
Geno's
they didn't play a buzzsaw defense, but Geno Smith's terrible. Their line can't fucking block.
The Broncos are
pretty sure they missed
some too.
Field goals. Yeah, pretty sure they missed some field goals, right? I remember hearing.
Yeah, I think they missed at least one.
This team is not great. Where's their kicking? Yep, Daniel Carlson missed 1. 0 for 1, not bad. I'm pretty sure that was to tie the game. I think that was late in the game too.
It is extra point though. W.
Yeah, special teams terrible. They had a block punt. All line terrible. Geno terrible. Like this team is not a fun watch. I would hate to be a fan of this team. This team has 0 direction.
Wait,
sadly.
low key?
They're trading for Geno, and I was high on them. I was so
yes, you
wrong.
were. Low
so
key,
wrong.
Is that the worst team in the NFL to watch? Like, if you had to sit down and watch a full Raiders game, is that the worst? I think it is.
It might be the Jets.
I think I would rather watch Brees.
Jets are so weird.
And Justin Fields more than Geno, and like, because GT's exciting, but GT averages like 1.5 yards a carry.
I mean, honestly, they might be there with the Packers. 2 of the worst offenses to watch right now. You might be in your bag. Yeah, they're not a good watch, not an enjoyable watch. Giants, like I said with the Bears, they probably would have won this game if Dart didn't go down. Unlucky to see. Dart was picking us apart. He was using his legs. I don't know why we didn't have a spy on him. 2 rush touchdowns. Like, he looked good. Tough, bounced his head off the fucking ground on his fumble. That was not what you like to see, but 4 concussion evaluations is also not what you like to see. I did not know that. That is not great. And, like, I guess he had, like, an ankle issue, too, or something, so hopefully he doesn't turn injury prone. He might need to start, These QBs coming in, JD5, Jackson Dart, they need to go the Lamar route. See what this does to you? Not great. Put on some muscle. Let's play safer. I mean, Dart's obviously, built more than JD5, but still, like, they just need to take care of themselves. That's all they have to do. But that's a fun team for the future. I think without Dart, I don't know if Dart's gonna play this week. I don't think he is, but without Dart, this team's just yeah. Starting Russ is not great.
Do you
I
want to
don't
see
know if they're
Dart
gonna get in
this year?
#1 pick contention, but his like stats.
No. Do you want to see Dart again this year? I almost want to see Dart just like sit out
Oh.
the rest of this year. That offensive line isn't
No,
bad. Like it's a fine.
Dart's gonna play. No, their O line's good. Their O line's good,
I just
and
kind of
their
hope.
defense is.
Well, they can't run the
wow.
ball. Their receivers are at best average. At best, like it's Theo Johnson is their number 2. I don't
Theo
know
Johnson
if I
was
want to
getting
see
all the targets.
I almost want to just see Russ play like the rest of this year and wait for next year with Scatabo. And I
Mm,
mean, obviously they're
gonna
not
do
going
that,
to. That's a pretty rare thing for teams to sit their starting QB. But
Dart's gonna play, but he just needs to take care of himself, and next year will be an exciting year for the Giants, I think. Texans. What a funny game, bro. What a funny game. Another one that I think speaks more on the opposing team, what they did, but hey, resilience from the Texans there. 26-0 in the fourth. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. What an ending to that game. Davis Mills got it done. Davis Mills did what he had to do and got it done. Yeah, they didn't do much to start. Their defense kind of kept them in it though. I mean, I know 29 points isn't great, but Derek Stingley was fucking insane. That interception was nuts too, that one-handed pick. Danielle Hunter, dog, 4 sacks also on the day. Like, this defense did everything they did to keep him in, and Davis Mills said, hey, hold my beer, boys. Let me take care of this bad boy. And he fucking brought him back. He looked good in that fourth. He looked good. And on the last possession, they came up big and ruined some bets, I bet, on that pick 6 to end the game. Good for them. This is a scary team. Like, if this offense can just perform, this is a playoff team. But the inconsistency in this O-line is just their downfall. I'm honestly moving them up to missing playoffs because that defense is nuts. And I hope Stroud can come back and start slinging it, hopefully. But it all depends on that O-line. Great win, though. Great division win. Good division win. Then the Bengals, bye week, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, bye week. Joe Burrow practicing.
Yep, that's what
Joe Burrow practicing.
W.
I don't know if he's going to play this week. I think he said, what, week 13 he's aiming for?
I didn't see that. I just saw he was taking off. Yeah, or he's preparing to play.
Yeah, he's aiming for Thanksgiving. So week 13. Who do they play? Week 13. They have the Ravens. Yeah, he's aiming to be back for that. That'll be a good one. I mean, they have the Patriots and Steelers and Patriots, so yeah. I mean, Joe Flacco handled the Steelers last time, so maybe he can do it again. But they're gonna stay down here until let me see what happens in these next 2 games. But I still think the season's kind of just over for them. It's just gonna be so hard for them. Go ahead, my good sir.
Yeah, I don't disagree. The Dolphins. Yeah, I think you pretty correct on this game. Disgusting display by the Bills. But I mean, I think you got to shout out A-Chain first and foremost. I'm glad that they're still rocking with McDaniels because I think McDaniels is still a really good head coach, and I think eventually when they move off of Tua and they have not Tyreek, if they have Waddle, if they have A-Chain, they get a few more defensive pieces, get a little bit younger on the defensive side of the ball. I think this Dolphins team can be pretty good. I do think that this game was a good win. It's a nice showing, nice division win. But yeah, I don't think this game alone warrants the Dolphins getting moved up. I still think they're a pretty bad team. I'd be very surprised if they, win half of their games, even like 2-3 more games. But I think they can get a couple more. They're not the worst team in the league. This is just one of those division games that just gets a little funky.
Mm-hmm.
Bengals. Yeah, Joe Burrow's coming back. It's a bye. Nothing much to be said. I mean, they probably have to win a couple more games for them to be comfortable bringing Joe Burrow back. I don't think it makes sense from the Bengals' point of view to activate Joe Burrow when they're out of playoffs and then play him. I think they're activating him now so that if they do win, 1 or 2 next, then they can play Joey B. And I think I like that idea. But I don't want to see Joe Burrow play for no reason behind this offensive line. Just let Flacco fling it, see what happens. Yeah, that's all I care about. But yeah, bye week for them, staying where they are. Washington, yeah, you are 100% correct about this team. This team is terrible. Coming into the year, you were really low on them. I was pretty average on them. I thought they would maybe sneak into the playoffs. This defense looks horrendous. This defense looks slow and old. They can't stop the run. They can't cover receivers. They can't stop QBs from doing anything. And then their offense without JD5 being healthy is just anemic. Bill cannot run the ball. Their wide receivers are injured.
What's going on with Terry?
I have no idea.
He cannot stay on the field.
This offense is... It's like this team and the Raiders offense without JD5 being healthy. This Washington team might be one of the worst offenses to watch in the league.
I don't know if we're going Raiders levels.
It's pretty close. This offense
Mariota
is terrible.
A step above Gino at the moment.
Okay, I'll give you that. But GT's a step above Bill.
Oh,
the difference is just that offensive line being a little bit better. But yeah, Washington staying where they are. They're not. I mean, if they played one of those bottom 3 teams, I'd put money on Washington, but they're still just not very good. Raiders, yeah, talked about this one a ton. What a disgusting offense to watch. I think I would say I'm more surprised with the defense only giving up 10. Like, yeah, you're playing the Broncos offense, which is probably one of the most uninspiring offenses in the league outside of your own. But holding them to 10 points is not bad, especially in a division game. I think that's a game that they probably could have, maybe should have won if they had just a little bit more success running the ball. Yeah, Gino's one of the worst quarterbacks in the league, if not the worst quarterback in the league. And
it just created turnovers. Good by them.
Trey Tucker also, first week as the number 1. Bad. Not good. Never. Oh, well. Maybe it's unfair to say he was bad because maybe it's him getting open and Gino not being able to get him the ball, but you didn't see very many throws going his way. When they did go his way, they were short yardage. So yeah, not great for Trey, but New York, yeah, probably win this game if Dart stays healthy. But it's very true that Dart needs to start protecting himself. He likes to lower the shoulder a little bit and look to run people over, or he looks for those extra few yards, like kind of diving forward instead of just taking the giving himself up and sliding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is still like an exciting team to watch if Dart plays. Wan'Dale Robinson has been a pretty surprising receiver to watch this year. I think he can be a really good 2 next year next to Neighbors. And then they have just like a bunch of wide receiver 3s or like tight ends that are decent options that can kind of get open, kind of reliable. And then this defense will always be at least pretty good with some of those pieces on that offensive line. Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence. So there's positives there. This team is still going to be, somewhat competitive against like those middling teams, but they're not moving up. Even if I think they should have won that game, because in the end they did lose it, and Russ looked horrible. It is. I cannot watch Russ.
Before the Browns, didn't talk about Dable. I think they will regret that.
I agree. I'm a big Dable guy.
I don't know. I think if Dable one more year with that whole year healthy, or whole offense healthy, I think there could have been some special things. I think Dable finally got a QB
that he liked and he wanted.
That he likes, yeah, and I think that could have been a big thing. Also, just a funny one. The last 3 Giants coaches have all been fired after losing to the Bears.
That's funny.
That's funny. But yeah, I think they'll regret that. Interested to see who they'll bring in next year.
Yeah, to kind of piggyback on that, agree with what you said. The Dable show has been so unfortunate to watch because he did really get a lot out of Daniel Jones that first year. And then Daniel Jones got injured. They kind of slid a lot last year. Last year. And then this year, he kind of got this offense looking solid once they benched Russ for Jackson Dart. A lot of injuries have just hit. And it's kind of the same thing as the Mike McDaniels spot where I don't want to see them fire him because I think this is a coach that has gotten a lot out of this roster that I think you give him another year and see what happens. I don't think you do it in the middle of like spiraling, issues elsewhere problem. With the Dolphins, it's just Tua not looking like a starting QB in the league at all, and then with the Giants, it's just injuries. Curious to see who they take in. I can't even think of off the top of my head who they even look at next year.
Should have fired the fucking DC if anything. Like,
I don't know.
That defense is, I don't know, man. I know they're all their star powers up front, obviously, but
yeah,
come on, Shane Bowen, never heard of him. It'll be interesting, yeah.
Yeah, Giants staying where they are though. Browns. I mean, just the only thing I'm gonna say is I just want to see what Shedeur does. This defense is far too good to give up 27 points to the Jets. And I want to see Shedeur play. This is a game you have to win. You should win. This Browns team has too many great players, especially on defense, to be losing a game like this. It's just a disgusting game by them. Cardinals. What was the Cardinals game this week? It was just the stomp to Seattle. Yeah. This game was not even close for a second. They did put a little bit together in the second half with Jacoby, but they were down 35-0 in the first. There's no way you're coming back from that unless you have an otherworldly offense, which the Cardinals just don't have. Again, I like some of the pieces on both sides of the ball that the Cardinals have. They just kind of have to fill up this roster and find an actual starting QB. I think at this point, Kyler's gone. Jacoby's just going to kind of... I mean, maybe they give Kyler one more run at it towards the end of this year, just to see this is it. If we can put together a few wins, maybe we keep rocking with him. I assume Kyler's gone kind of no matter what though, unless they somehow sneak into the playoffs. Which, I mean, how many wins do they have right now? Is there any possibility they could ever sneak in 3-6?
Oh, the Browns?
Cardinals. No, the Cardinals.
Oh, Cardinals. Hell no.
Nah, they're not sneaking in. So I think it's pretty much over Kyler's time in Arizona. They'll probably be looking for a QB next year and a few defensive pieces, but I think there are a few exciting pieces for the Cardinals, but they're not moving. Bad loss to a division opponent. And then the Texans, just a gross game. This offense looked horrible the first 3 quarters, and then, I don't know, Davis Mills woke up in the fourth. This defense, is still one of the best in the league. They're held back by this offensive line and then Stroud just not being healthy right now. But that's a really resilient win to get. That's a W. And it kind of solidifies them as, I think, pretty widely, that wild card team in this division. Well, we'll talk about the Jags when we get there, but that's a very, very good win by the Texans. Very good win.
Moving them up.
Yeah, to potential wild cards. Did you do mediocre at best?
No, not yet. Mediocre Browns. Like you said, defense is too good to be losing games, but the Jets had a kick return and a punt return.
Oh yeah, that's that game.
Yeah.
That's special teams.
Fantasy. Tough by them, but I mean, other than that, you're just doing nothing on offense. Actually just nothing happening. Judkins had a fine day. Gabriel's, fine, but this, I don't know. You just need more, and you just can't be losing to the Jets. Bad special teams day. Lost because of special teams at the same time. Maybe expected a little more out of this offense against the Jets defense, who just lost their 2 biggest stars. Yeah, sad day. Yeah, I'm gonna move them down. It's just disgusting, the football they're playing. Panthers, I mean, if they were any higher before this, I would have put them up here, but I already knew this team was not doing much. Bryce Young might be a bottom 3 QB in the league. I don't know. I don't know how much more we can defend Bryce Young, but he just has not looked good. If Rico Dowdle was not on this team the past 3 weeks, yeah, I don't know. Another just ugly division game, like I said. At home, too. Just not great. This is not a good team, not a playoff team. That killed their playoff chances. And if they won that game, They would have been 1 game out from the Bucks because the Bucks lost. So yeah, no, that was a heartbreaker right there for the Panthers and Panthers fans, but just can't be losing to Tyler Shuck and the fucking Saints at home, can we? Vikings. This team. Not a great game by the boys. Not a great game. JJ looked pretty bad. Justin Jefferson played maybe his worst game of all time on the Vikings. Just looked defeated, just didn't finish routes, didn't try after both interceptions, just kind of got up and complained. Not what you like to see. What you did like to see, though, was Jalen Naylor looking like a fucking dog for whatever reason. Jalen Naylor looked great. Your defense looked great. Just held them all to field goals. You were bending, not breaking. It was looking good. And then just special teams, too, just fucked you right in the gut. That fumble on the return. Did they score a touchdown off that, or was that just another field goal?
I forgot. Was after we fumbled it.
Yeah, not great. That was momentum shift too. And then next kickoff, fumbled again, but recovered it this time. Woo! Woo! Yeah, just not great. You can speak more on that when you get to it, but not what you like to see as a Vikings fan. And now you got a buzzsaw of a Bears offense coming into Minnesota next week. What was it? However many for 120? 8 false starts, 100 yards worth of penalties.
10 for 100.
Just not a great game. Not a great game for the Vikings. Division game next week. Got to lock back in, but might need KOC to get fired. I'll say it. Nah, I don't know. This team is not good, though, until JJ can show that he's good or passable. But third career game.
Fourth.
I mean, obviously, fourth. I'm going to shit talk him. I'm a Bears fan. He's a Vikings fan. But I still understand it's his third career game. And, you know, you can't expect much. Fourth career game.
Jeez.
Sorry. Yeah, I think maybe still a smidge of chance for playoffs. I think it'd be really hard. And if you lose next week, it's especially just done. So, season on the line next week. Good luck. Cardinals. Yeah, not great. Bomb to JSN to start the game, and then just back-to-back fumble recovery touchdowns for fucking DeMarcus Lawrence. Just down 21-0 straight to start the game. Like, I mean, I don't know if you could have asked for a worse way to start the game. They literally didn't, like, the Seattle I mean, I did say the JSN bomb, but, like, you know, expected. And then just 14 from your defense, just like that. Not great going into half 38-7. Jacoby didn't even look that bad. Jacoby had a good day. Trey McBride, great day. They just were in a hole early, and it was tough to climb back out of. They tried their best, but I just don't see that Seattle defense giving up that big of a lead. So, another division game, and just down way too much early to get out of it. I still think this is a good team. I would take this team over a lot of teams in the league right now.
A lot. 15?
But like you said, I don't think they can make the playoffs. That NFC West is just so strong. And yeah, I think they are right at like 15 to 20. Maybe like 18, 19. Yeah. They're going to stay here, though. I think they're a fine team, and they will take wins off people.
Okay.
Texans moved up. Cowboys, bye week. Still going to leave them there. Falcons. The Falcons.
Hey, that's the coin flip we're talking about. Why is that a good game?
Battle of the dog shit QBs. Oh my god. I have never watched a QB and just hated it more than Michael Penix. This guy is fucking disgusting at QB. I don't know. Penix is fucking terrible. One time he'll throw a nice ball and the next 10 are fucking going in the dirt or going 10 feet over into the stands. This guy is awful. I don't know how you defend this guy, but hey, good luck. Tyler Algier, dog, 7 touchdowns on the year. Bijan has 5. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if Bijan's just, I don't know. Like the carries and like touches are pretty even too. I'm not gonna lie. Bijan had 19, Algier had 11. I mean, they're about there. I don't know. I'd expect Bijan to get fed more. He is not getting fed more. And their OC is fucking terrible, I will say. That could be a reason Penix doesn't look great either, but I mean, just the throws he makes. Drake London, though, being held prisoner in that offense. Bijan too, probably, but this team just does not look good. Defense tried their best, but buzzsaw at running back. Not really much you could do. They got ran over. Absolutely ran over. And that's, like we said, that's how Colts are going to win games. And they didn't stop Jonathan Taylor. They didn't win the game. Simple as that. I'm not going to move him. No, I am going to move him down. That is a mediocre team. Never know what you're going to get out of Penix.
That's a Penix move right there. You would not have moved him if that's not Penix.
More times out of not, you're going to get a dog shit Penix. But yeah, this team's not great. I don't see him making a wild card at all. And then the Ravens, yeah, this is a playoff team. And fucking Ravens are back. Lamar's back. Steelers keep fucking losing. I know I'm not talking about the Steelers, but like, Steelers had this lead. They should have had the division right in their hands, and they just fucking, hey, you want it, Lamar? Come get it. It's all yours. Loopy looked good. 4 for 5, pretty sure. Offense, I mean, offense didn't look great. The Vikings definitely did what they had to do, but I mean, they were just being, like I said, penalties on the Vikings. JJ just not really playing great, both JJs. Not really a game I saw them losing. Although it was still kind of close late, but like I think we both knew you guys were not winning that game.
100%.
Another good win by the Ravens. They just gotta keep stacking them up. Pretty sure they have a good game coming up. Pretty sure they play the Patriots. I don't know if that's this week, but they got a division. Got the Browns and then Jets and Bengals.
Jeez.
Yeah, they got some games coming up.
They got a buzzsaw.
Yeah, they got some good games coming up. But there's no doubt in my mind. Again? Was that your stream? Oh, that was the okay. I thought your Discord crashed again.
Oh no.
I just heard the thing leave. What was I saying? I lost track. I have no doubt this team will win the division. Yeah. Steelers have fucked it for themselves, so you were right. I'll say it. Go ahead.
One more time.
Nothing. Your turn.
Okay. Panthers. Yeah, I mean, first thing I'm moving this team down to mediocre at best. I am officially out on Bryce Young.
No!
I've held my Bryce stocks. I've seen a few good plays from him. And I see that consistency sometimes building up, and then he just he has shit himself the last 2 weeks. This offense, outside of Rico Dowdle, actually, that's not fair. Only Bryce on this offense makes it like unbearable to watch. Wait, what?
The line has played good. Like
their line has been good. Rico's good. Tet looks really good. Yeah. There's a lot of positives with this offense, but Bryce cannot get anyone the ball. He is brutal. The defense, again, I thought the defense played pretty well. I think Shuck played well. I think the Panthers' run defense played pretty well. I think they could have played a little bit better, but I mean, your offense is unable to move the ball outside of running it for a few yards at a time. That's going to make your defense have to make more plays than they need to. This is a win that you needed as the Panthers, because I think you highlighted it perfectly. If you win this, you're a game back from the Bucs. You're probably in a really good chance to make the wild card at that point, or maybe even win the division. Crazier things have happened. But yeah, no, that is a brutal win. Instantly pulls them back down to earth. They'll be lucky to even be in like the playoff race in a couple weeks, I think now. Moving them down to mediocre at best. And I think I agree with you that I think I like this Cardinals team a lot more than I like this Panthers team too. Falcons, every week it's the same thing. Penix is horrendous. This quarterback, he misses just easy throws, 7-yard out routes that he's throwing out of bounds that his receivers can't even make a play on. Drake London has one of the most insane catch radiuses we've seen since like Julio, Antonio Brown. Like since then, it's that crazy how many times he makes plays on the ball, and he's still getting missed by Penix. I think Bijan has also looked a little. I don't know if it's a vision thing. I don't know if it's just the line isn't getting the holes that they were at the beginning of the year. But Bijan is not being able to break open those long plays that he used to be able to. And it's kind of needed them to use Algier to just get a few yards up the middle. And I think Algier for sure has played really well. But I do think Bijan has, maybe slowed down a little bit or something or the other. But yeah, I got to move this team down. Penix is just horrendous. This defense is also great too. Like you can't even knock the defense too much. This is a really, really good defense. You just have to be able to stop JT when you play the Colts. They couldn't stop JT. And I think it was at the beginning of the game, they were actually doing pretty well into JT, but then he ripped off a really big run. And then I think it was his second or third one was also like a 70 or 80 yard run. So they were kind of containing JT and keeping this game close, but JT is so good. He's going to get his, and you have to be able to mitigate those and make your own plays, and they just weren't unable to. Niners. Oh, dude. Like, how? I can't move this team up or down. I'm keeping them where they are. This team is so beaten up and battered and destroyed. And it's not like they were ever going to win that Ravens game. They were kind of always behind. But Kyle Shanahan kind of always has these games at least somewhat close. I don't think they were going to win this game. I think Mac Jones is also good, surprisingly. And on the offensive side of the ball, I think also McCaffrey's really good. But this team is just destroyed by injuries at this point, especially in such a tough division. They just can't be a playoff team. And I think because of the Division 1, because of how beat up 2, I don't think they're going to be a potential wildcard team either. I think they are missing the playoffs, but this is a completely different team if they're healthy. And this division, with a healthy Niners team, with a healthy Seahawks, healthy Rams, this would have been one of the best divisions we've seen in a long, long time. Unfortunately, though, injuries happen. Next man up. It's just, there's so many men that have kind of had to step up for this team.
Look at that, bro. Oh, no.
Oh, I did not see that.
We got 2 scumbags on the field.
Both punching helmets.
We got 2 idiots.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, leaving the Niners here, though. Because this, like, Shanahan is such a good coach. This is going to be a competitive team in terms of being in games. But, yeah, I think they are just a little too beat up. Bears. I mean,
talk to me nicely.
Let's start with the positives. If the opposing team quarterback goes down, starting quarterback goes down, they can stop the backup.
Okay.
They also can contain Tyrone Tracy and Devin Singletary, another dub. This offense, if this team is going to be a good team, they're going to have to win through their offense putting up points, I think. They struggled to put up points until that fourth quarter when they, I think they got 2 touchdowns in the fourth, or 2 touchdowns and a field goal maybe in the fourth. No, just 2 touchdowns in the fourth. If they're not putting up a ton of points, this team is going to struggle to win. The bright side is they have a really nice 1-2 punch in Swift and Monungai. I really like how Monungai's been running, and I think Swift is finally opening his eyes on the runs and actually looking for holes. Or the holes are so big by this offensive line, Swift is just finally able to find them. That's a positive. The negative, these wide receivers are far too, at least expectations-wise, talented to be dropping as many balls as they are. I think Odunze had a drop. I think DJ Moore had 2. Zacchaeus had, I think, 2 also.
Zacchaeus had like 4.
At this point, Zacchaeus should not even be seeing the field. Luther Burden should be out there a lot more. Caleb, I thought, had a pretty fine day. I wasn't, super excited about the day he had, but I think a lot of it comes down to those drops made it feel worse than it did. The offense just kept stagnating because of these drops. What else? Colston Loveland took another step. I mean, it's not like he had a phenomenal game, but he did have a really good game, which I just like to see these rookies just building up that trust with their QB. Yeah, I'm not gonna move him up because I am. It's a tough division. Like, I don't think anyone in this division, outside of maybe like the Lions, is really guaranteed. And these are just hard games to win. This is a very big game next week against Minnesota, the Bears-Vikings game. And I think the loser of it is probably going to be locked out of the playoffs, because if the Bears lose, they did get 2-0'd by the Vikings in that division, which is going to move them below the Vikings unless they're just a game up. And if the Vikings lose this, I think we're 3 games back from Chicago at that point. And I think we're 3 games back from, or 3.5 games back from Green Bay too then. So this is going to be a very important game. I did like some things, dislike some things. We'll have to see next week, I think, to really decide on them. Cowboys bye week W. And then the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, this was just a disgusting game to watch. Besides the defense, I think in the first 45 minutes, I really liked what we saw from our defense. They kept getting put into bad positions by our offense. And let me also say, the first drive by the offense was a very good drive. The problem then came to when the script is gone, you've kind of run through all those plays. Are you still able to move the ball? Yeah, we were. And then it would be called back to a holding or a false start or some penalty that would just slow our offense down. JJ missed a lot of throws. Justin Jefferson is looked... I mean, you said the worst game you've ever seen. I agree. That is the worst game from Justin Jefferson I've ever seen. Jordan Addison also wasn't really getting open that much either. Naylor did play phenomenally. Hawk played okay. It was just missed throws. Justin Jefferson had a bad game, and then 8 false starts is just... It's impossible to win a game, especially when this Ravens defense is getting healthy, and it's a good defense when they're healthy. Also, I don't know what's up with McCarthy throwing the ball into Kyle Hamilton's arms and the lineman's arms. There was 4 passes knocked down at the line of scrimmage, which is just, I mean, that's just crazy. You got to be either throwing it elsewhere or, I mean, I guess one of the Kyle Hamilton ones, it was just the guy was in his face as he was about to doing his 3-step drop, so it's a little bit different, but, I mean, that many tipped passes, blocked passes is just insane. But yeah, JJ McCarthy's going to have to play better if we're going to be winning games. Houston. I moved Houston up. I like him here. I think this can be a wild card team if CJ Stroud gets healthy, and yeah, yada yada. The Chargers. That's a dub, baby. That's a dub. That's a good win versus the Steelers team. That Steelers team is like an average test. It's a test for the good teams. We'll beat them, and you'll kind of prove that you're a good team, and the bad teams, they'll beat. Also, Aaron Rodgers had one of the worst games I've seen of Aaron Rodgers' career. What a horrible game by him. I'm going to move the Chargers up. Even without their offensive line, like looking at the PFF scores of this entire offensive line, it was like 33 out of 34, 36 out of 37, 36 out of 36, 37 out of 38 for 4 to their 5 offensive linemen. Slater's done for the year. I don't even know if there's an update on Alt, but this offensive line is terrible. But Herbert's kind of dealt with offensive lines that are horrible his entire career. This year, at least, he has some phenomenal weapons to get the ball to. I think Ladd's had a great year after a slow start. QJ looks like an actual receiver. Keenan looks like he's 28 instead of 37 or whatever he is. And then once Omari and Hampton gets healthy, I think this offense will still probably be pretty good. Yeah, I like what we saw from the Chargers. Can I move him up though? I think I have to keep him a potential wild card because I think they're worse than the Chiefs. What we'll get to, and then I think that Broncos team just has too many wins on them unless they sweep them. The Green Bay Packers. Oh, how I've been waiting to talk about Green Bay.
I'm licking my lips.
Yeah, Jordan Love is a bad quarterback. No longer am I saying he's overrated. I think overrated is not a strong enough word to talk about Jordan Love. I think he is a bad quarterback. And I think at this point in his career, he should be a good quarterback. He just misses too many throws. He has bad reads. I mean, the clip that we saw at the beginning of the stream today, where the Steelers, or not the Steelers, the Eagles defense calls out inside run or inside zone, and Jordan Love hikes the ball anyway. Josh Jacobs gets hit for a 3-yard loss. I mean, you have to have some thought behind. They literally called out my play. Maybe I should audible it. Something. So even beyond just like the physical things of like his reads aren't great, his throws are a lot of times not very good. That's just like something you should be able to do. You should be able to audible out of a bad call, or if like they're loading the box on one side and you have a run going right there and or the defense is overloading on that side, you flip the play or you do something else. This Green Bay defense is still really good. I think they're starting to get it together. They are able to get pressure on the quarterback. They're able to stop the run. I think that is the worry when you play against Green Bay, is minimizing how good this defense can be and how many turnovers this team can get, and just like the pressure. But yeah, this offense is just disgusting. It was a great hate watching Jordan Love play. I will still have to give flowers to Josh Jacobs. I think Josh Jacobs had a really good game. But yeah, without Tucker Kraft as a underneath route that Jordan Love can kind of check down to, and then Tucker Kraft most of the time catching it in traffic or getting the ball and then making a play with it, Jordan Love has not looked very good. And actually, I got one more in me. These wide receivers are terrible also. I think Dobbs is a fine receiver. I don't think he's a wide receiver 1, but I think he's fine. Outside of Dobbs, Golden doesn't look good. Christian Watson has never looked good. Not good enough to trade for Jonathan Taylor anymore either. Wicks does not look good. There is just not much happening with these Packers receivers. And it's that combined with Love, this offense passing game is just terrible. Steelers. Oh, and then Xander also has a lot of things that he wants to say about the Packers too, and we'll let him get to that. Steelers. This is just your run-of-the-mill average team. They had a 3 or 4 game lead on the Ravens. I think it was 3. They had a 3-game lead on the Ravens. This division should have been theirs, like you said. But they have given it up. They are now 1 game ahead. I'm not moving the Packers down either. I think currently as it is, this defense is good enough that they are still a potential wildcard team. That's where I'll leave it. But yeah, Steelers. It's going to be a really good boat race to the end. I think I still have to favor the Ravens. I've been favoring them the entire time. But yeah, Rodgers had a really bad day. The Steelers defense did not look very good. And all in all, the Steelers defense, or the Steelers team, is just fine. They're a good team, and that's about where it ends. I don't know if I can move them down. I mean, there are 5 wins currently. I'll move them. I'll keep them here for now, but I would not be surprised if this is a team that moves down next week. I will keep them here, though. Jaguars, yeah, moving them down. Same way I'm selling my Bryce stock, I'm selling my Trevor Lawrence stock. Trevor Lawrence is a bum. ETN, I think I'm still fine with ETN. I like Liam Cohen. I like ETN. I'm out on Trevor Lawrence. No BTJ this past week. Is it Parker Washington? I think it's Parker. Parker Washington had a pretty good day. So even with like T-Law out, Travis Hunter out, BTJ out, I liked kind of what we saw as like a wide receiver 3 from Parker Washington. This Jaguars defense, this Jaguars defense to me should be a top 7-8 defense in the league, maybe 6-7 in the league.
6.
But they just struggle in key moments, and this team as a whole gets penalties at bad times. At this point, I mean, I'm putting them under Houston. I think if they played again, I think Houston would beat them. I think if they played again, Houston would beat them. I like the Houston defense way more than I like anything that the Jaguars have to offer.
Yeah.
The Broncos. Oh.
The Broncos.
Regrettably, I will be moving the Broncos up.
Oh,
to the Pretenders tier, the new tier that Xander and I have created for basically just this team. The Packers are one that he's probably considering also. Yeah, this Broncos team is just the biggest pretender of all time. Bo Nix is not a good QB. This defense is great, and I think this defense can keep them into games. Especially, I mean, without PS2 holding the Raiders to 7 points is very good. And once PS2 gets back, this defense is going to get even better. But J.K. Dobbins is now hurt. I don't know if there's an update on his foot, if he got it checked out and there's anything official on him. But J.K. Dobbins has had a pretty good year. If R.J. Harvey has to step up and be this entire offense, yeah, good luck.
Early indications are positive.
Are positive? Okay. So that's good for them because I do think they need J.K. Dobbins to be healthy. But Bo is just terrible. I actually think Trevor Franklin has been pretty good. I think Courtland Sutton, not great yesterday. But I think he has been okay this year. The other upsetting thing on this offense is I think Evan Ingram has probably been the most disappointing tight end this entire year. With expectations, Sean Payton moves to this offense. You would think that Evan Ingram would look like a good tight end, but he is just invisible. It reminds me of like Kyle Pitts with expectations every year and then just kind of flies completely under the radar. This Broncos team is, unfortunately, I think they're 7-2 and they're leading the division. This is not a good team. This is a pretender team. Ravens finally.
8-2.
Finally. 8-2, yeah. So they're tied for number 1 in the AFC. Finally, the Ravens are back. I was correct about them. Unfortunately, it was at the expense of my Minnesota Vikings, but this team is just a good team. Going into the beginning of this year, this team was just absolutely beat up. Lamar was not playing 100%. The defense was definitely not playing 100%. Derrick Henry also had a very good, very slow start. They were not a good team at the beginning of the year because of those injuries. However, now that the Broncos are getting, or the Ravens are getting healthy, Roquan's back, Kyle Hamilton's not missing time. This is a good defense again. Not great. Not Ravens of past. Not Houston Texans good. But this is a good defense. And if you can't stop Derrick Henry, or if Lamar gets cooking and you can't, put a QB spy on him and limit his yards, this Ravens team is going to be tough to beat. I do still need to see a little bit more to really move them up into contenders tier again. But from what we've seen this year, there are a lot of teams that are struggling to win these games. A lot of teams with expectations high coming into the year that aren't really looking great. So I'm going to keep them in the play. I'm going to move them up to playoff teams. I like them. I like what we've seen from them. I expect them to win this division, but beyond that, it's a little up in the air, at least till I see a bit more. You're up.
Potential wild cards, Jaguars. Fucking hey, I'm all in with you. Sell these fucking stocks. T-Law's had enough time. He's just not a great quarterback. Simple as that. Just like Kyler, time to move on. I thought Liam Cohen would come in and make some magic happen, but T-Law just does not look good, man. And it's sad because he was a generational prospect since high school. Not what you like to see. Parker Washington had a great day. Beautiful toe tap touchdown and had a punt return. Other than that, ETN, was fine too, but other than that, this team is sad. A sad watch. Moving down to missing playoff teams. Steelers, like I said, this team is, when I was talking about the Ravens, this team has just blown their lead. They had a free division in their hands, and they just choked it away. Aaron Rodgers is just old, just not good anymore, which I had hoped he'd be able to, just do the bare minimum and let the defense take over. But then the defense was playing dog shit to start the year, and it was just now we're flip flopped, it seems. And yeah, not great. Not a great day for that team. DK Metcalf also just underwhelming too, but could just be QB play. If only they had a wide receiver too. If only. If only. I'm gonna keep them at potential wild cards, but this is not a great team. Lions. We all knew they were just gonna go into Washington and just beat the absolute fuck out of the Commanders. Great day for the Lions. Great day for Gibbs. 3 tutties. Just did whatever he wanted. We just watched Amon-Ra punish Payne first, then Payne responded, so don't really care about that anymore.
Nope.
And then the big thing, Dan Campbell calling plays. Hey, I'm all in on that. That'll be fun. Morton wasn't getting it done. Dan Campbell stepping in. He brings some juice to that offense that they need. So I'm playing them in playoff teams. They're going to either win the division or be a wild card. I don't see them not being in it at the end, especially with DC taking over. That'll be good. Gibbs got my 2 touchdowns. Amon-Ra scored. Jordan Addison didn't score. Fuck Bobby. Packers.
Oh, what do you got to say about the Packers?
God. Oh
Same,
my.
Malum.
Except for
Same.
you, Josh Jacobs, my king. This offense, like the people say on Twitter, just an anemic offense. Oh my God. This offense is so fucking bad. And maybe we can blame LaFleur, but I'm blaming Jordan Love right with them because, boy, do they both suck ass right now. I don't know if you saw the memes of LaFleur on the sideline looking down at the tablet and someone showed it was just all inside zones.
I haven't seen that.
I mean, I don't think LaFleur's helping Love. I don't think Love's helping LaFleur. This offense is just terrible. If Josh Jacobs isn't going, this offense isn't going. Love's not reading the field. He's missing throws. And then when he did hit his throws, his wide receivers were dropping them. 2 back-to-back bad drops. I forget what quarter it was in. I'm pretty sure it was later in the game. Bad drops by Wicks and Dobbs, but I mean, before that, he just wasn't seeing the field great either. And then they had some injuries too on the O-line. I believe their center's out. I don't think he's. I think I saw something about like he's not even going to play for the Bears game, and that's like 3 weeks. So I don't know how long he's going to be out. I think that one of their tackles got it. No, I don't think so. I'm not gonna speak on that. I know for sure they're starting to get injured. And then that Watson play was just.
Yeah, I forgot about that Watson play.
I don't know why he's not going for the ball. I don't know what the fuck that was. This team is. I'm not gonna put him in frauds because I've known all along about Jordan Love. You know, we've all known about Jordan Love, but they gotta fucking figure it out and figure it out fast. 2 years under Rodgers, 3 years playing as a starter. You just need more out of Jordan Love by now. Like, just imagine any other QB right now in this situation. They'd be getting killed. I don't know why Jordan Love's not getting killed. Potential wildcards. They're staying here. Defense, like you said, looks great. They'll be in it just because of their defense. But boy, does that offense is down there with one of the worst to watch right now.
Yeah.
Chargers, good Sunday night win. You don't have any fans, so it was like a road game basically. But you got the job done. Herbert looked good. Vidal had a good game. McConkey getting going again. That's what you like to see. And then Khalil Mack, I don't know if you saw the safety. That was funny. Khalil Mack terrorizing Rodgers still. Take me back. Take me back to the good old days.
Honk shoe, move on.
Look, that was a bad safety by Rodgers. The ball was snapped at the 8, by the way. I'm gonna keep them potential wild cards just because these frauds up here. Lions moved up, Ravens moved up, Broncos going down to frauds. Like you said, Bo Nix might be the worst quarterback in the league right now. Nah, he's not, but boy, is he making a case. He inherited one of the greatest defenses in the league, and boy, is he making it tough for them. He's making them work for these W's. Just like Love, he just does not see the field. He doesn't look great in the pocket. Like, I think he gets flustered too easily. Maybe like that's one of his biggest problems right now. But like other than that, he's just fucking chucking balls 10 yards past those receivers too, and just looking terrible, bro. This quarterback is fucking terrible. Like, I don't want to hear it. Don't ever say he's better than my king, Caleb Williams, ever again. I'll take my zesty king. I might take JJ McCarthy too. We'll see. We'll see by the end of the year. But somehow they're 8-2. It would be very hard for them to lose this division lead. We'll get to the Chiefs eventually, but I think they can probably just hold on to this division lead. They do have. Is it 2 against the Chiefs still? I think they have the Chiefs twice still.
Yeah, they play the Chiefs twice this week.
Do they have Chargers twice? Or did they play the Chargers once already?
I don't know. I just know they play the Chiefs twice and they play them this week.
Yeah, okay. They have some divisional games coming up, but they are already 8-2, number 1 team record-wise in the league, tied with what is it, Seattle?
Indy 8-2 too.
I think India's 8-2. Yeah, you're right. This team first round exit, unless they get the bye, second round exit. Yeah, Bo Nix is not a good quarterback. Patriots. Let's see what we got on here for the Patriots. Kyle Williams looking good. Henderson looking good. Rookies producing. Who would have thought giving Henderson touches would work out? Not Vrabel.
I love Vrabel.
Good by them. We'll see if it keeps going once Ramondre gets back, but that is a good, as much as I hate to say, a good win for Drake May and the Patriots. They are looking like a bit of a threat. That defense is amazing. Little 50 rush thing kind of came to an end. Sean Tucker, 53 yards, dog. But yeah, they're getting Drake May's getting production out of all his wide receivers. 1 week it's Diggs, 1 week it's Pop, 1 week it's Booty. This week it's Mac Hollins. Like he's getting production. He's not an interception, but most of the time he's keeping the ball safe. Yeah, I mean this team is
my goat.
Moving him up to a Super Bowl contender. I just love Vrabel, and I'm so sad he went to New England. It just pains me, man. This team is for real. Great win. And it was in Tampa. It wasn't even in Foxborough, so they can do it on the road. Good win by them. 49ers. To do with the 49ers. I don't think they have a chance of winning the division anymore, so that's the only reason I'm going to move them down to potential wild cards. They are just injury riddled, but like something about this team, man, I don't know.
It's Shanahan.
Like I could still see him creeping into the fucking playoffs easily. I mean, the Rams did kind of give them belt to ass, but like Mac Jones didn't even look bad. 33 for 39, 319, 3 tutties. Like. This defense just couldn't stop Matthew Stafford, the MVP of the league. I can't blame him either, especially with all the injuries. But Travis Hunter season-ending knee surgery.
Rip Travis Hunter.
Hey, he was coming back, guys.
Good for the Jags.
What? What the fuck?
So he's not out there anymore, and they can get a few more losses and get a higher pick, and then come back retooled for next year.
Oh,
I'd love to see T-Law in his 7th year, I believe.
This defense just couldn't stop anything. They just down big early and then just couldn't come back. Probably why Mac Jones slung it fucking 39 times. Brian Robinson, not bad of a day. Did CMC not play? I fucking crazy. He did play. 12 for 30. B-Rob 8 for 41. Huh. But he had his receiving yards, obviously.
Dude, that's a good defense.
Oh, no.
Down early, good defense. That's tough for CMC.
Yeah. So
I didn't realize B-Rob did outgame him, though.
Touches like that, but he will get him out of the backfield. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, this 49ers team will beat other teams. I'm interested to see what happens when Brock comes back. You just have to start him after giving him all that money.
Yeah.
But 6-4, still in that wild card hunt. I could see him making it easily, but not over my Bears, hopefully. Bucks, a disappointing loss. Yeah, I don't know. Baker played fine. Buka, another great day, but His defense just couldn't handle fucking the buzzsaw that's Travion Henderson. Not what you like to see at home. I think, it is a big thing. The Bucks are injury riddled, but yeah, they just don't have a run game right now, which is sad. So Bucky's a huge part of this offense. Bucky honestly might be the most important part of this offense, and they just don't have it right now. So I don't want to judge the team too much, but at the same time, like Baker was in the MVP combos. Like sometimes you just gotta make it work, and it is next man up, as we say. So sad to see, but they're still 6-3. They're in that dog shit division. I don't know if the Panthers had won, maybe get a little bit scary, but they should have this division on lock, and they will be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Colts, ugly ass fucking Burlingame. Same thing with Penix. I just don't think Daniel Jones is a good quarterback, obviously.
Okay, there's levels to it, though. Come on. Don't do Daniel Jones like that.
Daniel Jones is there. He's there. It's like Penix, and then it's Daniel Jones and fucking Bo Nix. No, that's fair. That's what that is.
Bryce Young and T-Law are out there.
What's Bryce Young? Tyler Warren had a great game. Tyler Warren looks great. Good safety blanket for Daniel Jones, and then Alec Pierce is a threat down the field. Alex Pierce looks really good. Really good deep threat for them. Big body. He goes up and he gets it too. Yeah, the Colts are missing two of their best defensive players though, so just keep that in mind. DeForest Buckner not being in there doesn't help. And then I don't even know who the other one is.
I can't remember who it is. I just remember Buckner all the time.
But yeah.
You gotta mention the running back.
Got the job done. JT.
Say it.
Dog.
Say it.
JT is probably 1 or 2 for MVP in my eyes. I think it's between Stafford and JT. May shouldn't be in that combo. Sorry.
Not JSN.
No, JSN will get Opoy, or JT will get Opoy. If JT wins MVP, JSN will get a free Opoy. But MVP is a QB reward, so award, not reward.
Reward.
So it's really hard. It's really hard. But the way these QBs are playing, I mean, if Matthew Stafford takes a step back and starts, not playing as well, I could see JT winning MVP. I don't think there's anybody else who's really playing like that. Like I said, I don't think Drake May is really there. Drake May's playing great, and he's definitely the best out of the draft class right now. And he's leading that Patriots team to a playoff berth,
and a great win last week.
Who'd they play last? Are you talking about the Bucks or before that?
Yeah, the Pats.
Yeah.
Bucks.
That was a good win on the road, but I think it's Stafford, clear cut, and then JT, then May probably. But yeah, JT just always gets it done. It was a little quiet early. It was a little quiet early, and then fourth quarter came and he just busted that big 80-yarder and then just kept running it down their throat. And then OT came, Falcons couldn't get anything. Good on their defense, punted in, and JT just slowly but surely just ran it down their throats and ended the game himself. He called the game. So, I still think they could be frauds. So they're not moving up, but big game coming up, not this week, next week. Bye week this week, Chiefs after the bye. So a lot will be the Chiefs need to do some work these next 2 weeks. Got the 2 frauds, Broncos then Colts. So we'll see what happens. They're going to stay in playoff teams now. Go ahead, my good sir.
All right. Ravens, I moved them up. Next up, Lions. Yeah, I mean, they dominated a clearly inferior opponent. I also am excited to see what Dan Campbell does with play calling. I think he's an electric. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask, did he play call last week, or is he just starting now next week?
No, this week was his first week calling plays.
Okay. Lions. Yeah, I think it's a pretty nothing burger with the RSB punch. It's funny how stuff gets shown like that, and then you think it's on one player, but yeah, they're both just idiots. Jahmyr Gibbs, another great game. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many positives for this Lions team because they just BTA'd a bad team. This defense is still very exploitable. I think with how mediocre this Commanders team is, I think it's pretty crazy that they put up that many points. Yeah, Lions staying where they are, playoff team. W. Patriots, yeah, I mean, I got to move them up. I've got to move them up. That's a very good win against a Bucs team. Beating these top-tier teams, this kind of shows like kind of the tier that you are in. If you're beating like another top-tier team, I think that's showing that you are in that tier. Trevion finally is the number one running back there, at least expected to be from here on out. And he had a great day. I think Drake May's day was a good day. I don't think Drake May really lit it up. He didn't have to when Trevion's running like he was. The defense, I was trying to figure out, did Christian Gonzalez play last week? I know he was questionable. I don't think he did, but I'm not positive on him. And if he didn't, then they're playing this well even without Christian Gonzalez. But I think I want to talk a little bit more about the Bucs than about the Patriots because I think this is a game that would have been a lot, maybe not a lot closer, but I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more if Bucky was healthy. Bucky not being healthy, not having Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, even though they are getting up there in age, they're still probably the number 2 and number 3 receiver there. And then Baker had a fine day. Baker had a pretty good day. Colts staying where they are. When you have the best running back in football and probably one of the favorites to be MVP, your offense is going to be good. If you stop JT, you can stop the Colts because I don't think Daniel Jones has the capabilities to lead this offense against great teams. But there are so many receiving threats on this Colts roster. I think they probably have one of the deepest and strongest receiving cores if you include like tight end. Tyler Warren's a beast. Pierce is a beast. Downs is a beast. Michael Pittman's a beast. So many weapons that Daniel Jones has the opportunity to throw to. Yeah, overall, pretty good. And I think like this Falcons team, like this is a good win to have. This is a good win to have. Even though this Falcons team is 50-50 and they're down and mediocre at best, they do still have phenomenal players that you have to keep your eye on. Drake London and Bijan on offense, and then the defense has 2 or 3 phenomenal players also. So this is a good win to get for the Colts, and now they go into their bye week before they play the Chiefs, which is going to be an exciting next week game. Patriots already moved up. Bucks not moving down. Yeah, I just have to see this team, this offense specifically healthy. I think the defense is getting healthy at this point. They just couldn't stop Trevion, which is not what you love to see. The upside is I think this Bucks team will just be better once Bucky's back. But yeah, this is a game that you want to win and you want to be competing with, but they just didn't have it. Again, I want to see how this team plays with Bucky against the Patriots because I think he is very integral. And Z said that probably the most important piece on the defense. I mean, on the offense, and I think you said it also. Either him or Egbuka. Yeah. Just want to see
Bucky.
Just want to see Bucky. Oh, the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, jeez. This team.
You go from beating the Chiefs pretty convincingly. Like, I mean, for the most part, I thought the Bills were going to be winning this entire game for 50 minutes. And then you just get whooped. You get whooped by a division opponent that is inferior front to back. And I think it really starts with James Cook. I think James Cook could not get the ball rolling. And if James Cook can't, open up Josh Allen to be able to make plays, because I don't want to make it sound like Josh Allen needs the running game to be good to make plays. I think the receivers need to have the time from having like a running back be able to get as many yards and for Josh Allen to have as much time for them to get open, because clearly this receiving core is not that talented. I think Dalton Kincaid is good. I think Shakir is good. I think that's about it. I think Keon Coleman has been wholeheartedly disappointing. since he came into the league. I think Dawson Knox has just never really been that guy. They need James Cook to be a beast. He wasn't. The Miami defense kind of swallowed him up, and then they fell behind in that first half. And you see right here, they didn't score until the fourth. And at that point, it was just Josh Allen kind of playing hero ball. They need James Cook to have the touches and the yards early into the game, so the team has to respect James Cook. I don't think James Cook is a top 5 running back. He's a very good running back, but he needs to be able to get those yards. Yeah. This is a bad loss by Buffalo, but I'm keeping them in Super Bowl contenders. I think this is one of those division games where it's tough to see, but I still believe in this team. The defense does worry me a little bit, though. Philly. This is
Philly.
I don't hold too much against Philly's defense. I think Philly's defense played very well into Green Bay. I think Josh Jacobs is going to get his. They shut down Jordan Love for the most part. I'm happy with how Philly's defense played. This offense, though, and it's not just Hurts. I feel like this year, a lot of people have been putting it on Hurts. Saquon doesn't look very good either. So Hurts doesn't look great. Saquon's not looking great. I think Devontae is actually taking a step forward, and he actually does look great. But when your quarterback doesn't look great, I think it kind of lowers you a bit. And then I think A.J. Brown's just looking fine. This offense is too talented to be as mediocre as they are. Yes, you're playing a good defense in Green Bay. Yes, it was a little cold. Putting up 10 points, that's just, with that many talented players, you need to be putting up more points. Also, I know Lane Johnson went down. Did Lane Johnson come back into the game?
He came back in.
Okay.
Late into the game.
I guess it is keep an eye on Lane Johnson. I didn't see that he came back in. It was when I left the restaurant right as he went down. But this offense is far too talented, at least in name, to be as average as they are. Jalen Hurts needs to take a step forward if this team is going to be a contender or a favorite. I do still like this defense, though. And I need Saquon to start getting some yards at the end of his runs. He just seems easier to tackle this year than he did in years past. Because it doesn't look like the offensive line is struggling. It looks like it's Saquon, and it looks like it's Hurts struggling. Rams. Yeah, I'm moving them up. I think the two best teams are in the NFC. This Rams team, it's just
NFC West.
Yeah, two NFC West teams specifically, I think. I think this is going to be probably the best football game we're going to watch until the playoffs start this week, which is Seahawks and Rams. And I think whoever wins that should probably be the favorite unless something crazy happens before the playoffs actually start. Tyron is playing very well. Matthew Stafford is an MVP candidate. Puka and Devontae, as long as they stay healthy, mostly Puka. This offense is going to be phenomenal. And then they have, in my opinion, the best coach in the entire league, McVay. And then this defense just looks phenomenal. It looks so hard to play against this defense. The pass rushing, the run stopping, everything kind of looks like it's flowing really well for the Rams. I'm very excited to watch this week. And I'm just going to finish my last two. Seahawks, belt to ass, dominant, not even close. I think this team is another favorite out of the NFC West. My only worry with the Seahawks team, which I said last week, is that they're just a little young. Coaching is young. Darnold doesn't really have that experience. The defense doesn't really have that experience. K9 Charbonnet, not that much experience in terms of playoff run. JSN this is his first year as the number one. That is my one worry with the Seahawks. But beyond that, the coaching is phenomenal. Darnold is playing really good. I don't think either K9 or Charbonnet are that phenomenal on their own, but together I think they're a really good running back duo. JSN is the best receiver in football this year. And then this defense is also just a machine. It just runs so fluidly. It's a great thing to watch. I love this Seahawks team. And then Kansas City, we are moving down.
They had a bye week.
I just don't think I can have them in the favorites tier.
They might not even make it.
With the it's they had a bye, but when it comes to them being number 3 in the division after another Broncos win, another Chargers win, I can't move them in favorite. They're still a contender if they make it, but I'm getting a little worried that like maybe there's potential that they don't make it. That there is potential. Thankfully for them, the AFC outside of like what 5 teams looks pretty horrendous, so I think they should be pretty locked in. But the fact that they're just gonna have to play an extra game against one of these good teams, it worries me a little bit to move them out of that favorites tier. I still think they're a phenomenal team. They're probably my favorite out of the AFC, but I do have to move them down. And that is all for mine.
W. Rare Bobby W. Super Bowl contenders. Pats moved up. Bills coming down. Bills look fucking... I don't know what's wrong with the Bills, but Josh Allen looked fucking terrible. Bunch of garbage time stats, points. This team looked awful. Maybe it was just one of those divisional games that kind of happens sometimes, but that just can't be happening against the Dolphins. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. That was a bad showing. I think they can still make the playoffs, but boy, was that a rough watch if you were a Bills fan. And they just could not stop Devon Achane. So they need to get it figured out. They need to. I know Benford was out, and then pretty sure they have other defensive pieces out, but that was not a great showing. Seahawks, like you said, this team is a fucking unit. I don't really see one flaw with this team. I guess, like you said, inexperience and they're young, but hey, if that's the flaw, it's the best thing you could ask for. Darnold looks great. This defense looks fucking amazing. Kind of, let it down a little bit after that big lead, but it's okay. They got the lead, so and just can't not sing McDonald's praise. McDonald will easily be coach of the year, unless the drop off is just crazy. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. Seahawks Rams this week, and then I believe they play week 16 also. So 2 great games still left to come. No. I'm only if it's moving up, it's an AFC team. 1 NFC, 1 AFC.
Ooh.
Chiefs, I'm not gonna touch bye week. Hey, it's in front of them. They just have to go get it. They have the Broncos twice. They have the Colts, like Chargers big AFC matchups coming up and division games coming up. We know who the Chiefs are. Let's see if they show us who they are. They lost to the Bills like they always do. That really didn't worry me too much, but these division games are coming. Eagles, you won. Good job. Jalen Hurts looked terrible. Jalen Hurts just missing stuff, overthrowing stuff, and I don't know if you saw that 4th down, but I genuinely don't know what the fuck that was. The Eagles fans, I don't think are too happy with their OC. I think Patullo, they're calling for his head right now. That's for damn sure. Barkley was fine. But yeah, got to the end of the game. I believe they're on the 45, maybe Green Bay 45. 4th down. Did they get a? I don't think they got a false start. No, but it was like 4th and like 6 or 7, and they came back on the field. I'm like sitting there watching with Cena. We're just like, bro, what's going on? And the offense was still on the field. They're like, okay, maybe they're just gonna try and give them jump off sides or whatever, get closer for a field goal. No, they didn't. They didn't even give Elliott the chance to kick the field goal. They didn't try to get him to jump. Jalen Hurts hikes the ball and chucks it to the end zone to AJ Brown. Just chucks it up 4th and whatever. A minute left in the game, or 30, whatever it was, and turnover on that. And then after, I forget who it was. Was it Devontae maybe? Someone after said something. I don't know the exact quote, but what it was insinuating maybe is that literally maybe Sirianni, Patullo, whoever, but kind of just like let Jalen Hurts decide, or like AJ Brown. So now people are like, yeah, AJ Brown just wanted one. Jalen's like, all right, bro, you just want to go, I'll chuck it up to you. But that was the most insane thing I've ever seen. Like, they wanted to lose that game or go to overtime. Like, not giving Elliott a chance or just punting it with like 30 seconds left. And I think the Packers had one timeout. Like, that was fucking insane. I don't know what Sirianni was thinking, but they are lucky they came away with a W in that game, or at least did go into overtime. That was a weird ass ending. Defense looked amazing though. Got a bunch of pressure on Love. Quinyon Mitchell looked good. He did get hurt and went down. And I think he missed a drive, but he came back in. That was good for them. Jahad Campbell was fucking everywhere. Defense is great. We just need to get this offensive play calling, whatever the fuck it is, figured out, and they'll be good. And then the Rams, my one Super Bowl favorite. I mean, what more can you say? The MVP of the league, 21 straight touchdowns without an interception. This guy's a fucking animal. You just put on a Rams game, and this guy's slinging 4 touchdowns every week. He's still got it. He's still got it. And like I said, with the Seahawks, this upcoming game and these division games, I don't know if you've seen the Rams schedule, but boy, hey, this is where we show if we're really meant for this Super Bowl again. They got Seahawks twice, the Bucks, the Lions. They'll be good. Be good to see, but I think they are the
Cardinals twice at least.
Best team in the league right now. Yeah, I'd probably put my money on them right now. Yeah, that's all I got. Dogs.
It is insane that if Puka was healthy, Matt Stafford would be having his receivers have 3 of the best all-time wide receiver seasons we've ever seen, with Calvin back in, I think, 13.
Oh, yeah.
Cooper Kupp in 20, and then Puka this year, like the pace he was on. Like, dude, Stafford is so good.
Oh, yeah, like Russo, they got to figure out that tush push shit. That shit was diabolical.
Oh, yeah, the full start. That was crazy.
Yeah, like, it's so blatant, too.
Yeah, it wasn't close.
I don't know.
There's a theory that they're trying to let it go so that the owners try to ban it next year because the
I saw that tweet. Yeah, the Packers had a bad one too. I don't think was it on Tush Push? It was on a QB, not Tush Push, but like a QB sneak, and they went early too. Like I just don't get how these things are not getting called. You literally have somebody on the line, looking down the line. Are you fucking blind? Yeah, I don't know. Fucking hate that play, but whatever.
All right, but there it is. Our NFL Week 10 power rankings. Yeah, exciting for next week. Really excited for the game of the year. At least the game until this point. Game of the year until this point in that Rams Seahawks game.